621, full stop, Norwegian 321.
Norwegian 331, roger. You're requesting the overhead?
Negative, Norwegian 321.
American 7 and American 1375, traffic 12 o'clock and 20 miles. Eastbound Boeing 737, flight level 350. Westbound Boeing 757, flight level 360.
American 7, that's traffic.
Giant 7891, Minneapolis Center. How do you hear this transmitter now?
And 737 is inside American 1375.
American 1375, roger. Giant 7891, loud and clear, Hummy. Giant 7891, roger.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome aboard, maybe for some of you. United Airlines Flight 1102 Heavy.
Delta 513, verify the heading, turn left now, heading 230.
San Francisco to O'Hare during the Vatcon event that's going on here today. We're about an hour away from Chicago O'Hare. We did stream the departure out of San Francisco. Things went okay. Had a couple of little mistakes. I did overspeed a little bit below 10,000. Well, not overspeed, but I was over 250.
Minneapolis Center version
Below 10,000, and then had a little bit of an error, I guess, on my heading mode, my VOR heading mode, and tried to kind of double back on us there, but other than that, it went okay. And since then, things have gone fairly well. We've been on the INS the entire time. Oh yeah, we did have one part of our leg, and I don't know if it was on the stream or not, where I jumped from INS to radio navigation to try to fly a little
Alaska 12,
portion of
did you need
an
lower
airway, and we ended up getting well south of where we were supposed to be. We had to be back onto the airway.
Alaska 12, roger, 1 able, climb and maintain flight level 37.
So little small things like that, but the main things have been good. I realized till right now I had left the landing lights and the retract lights on, so I guess there's a fourth mistake that was made, but again, for the most part, things have gone okay. The hydraulic pressure error that we had last time, that system failure is the main thing I was worried about, and it's been okay. We also have had some success monitoring the fuel, and again, if you've seen me do one of these, you know this little panel right here has been like differential calculus to me. It has been incredibly difficult to figure out. It's really not that hard.
American 7, contact Chicago Center
But
134.
I haven't really had any consistent luck until today. So the idea here is the tanks are loaded in such a way that to provide the greatest structural integrity, basically, of the wing.
You're going to be able to get down to 4,000 about
we don't have anything in the center fuel tanks, the center wing fuel tank, but we do have fuel in the left and right inboard fuel tanks, which is engine 2 and 3, and then we have fuel in the outboard tanks, which is 1 and 4. And so the way it's loaded, it's It's loaded to provide the best structural integrity, and then you have to empty the fuel tanks accordingly. And one of the first things that you do is you basically try to draw the alternate fuel quantities off first. So, boy, that was a little bit of a hesitation there. It's kind of scared me. But so we managed to do that.
That's approved. And, no traffic,
the number 2 and number 3 alternate tanks, we've taken them down to 60 gallons or 60 pounds, I guess. And then we've stopped right there. And now we're running just off the mains for 2 and 3. And then with the outboards, we're actually, when this gets below 5,000, you turn it on and you start to fill. And I don't know. I think we fill up to about 7,000 pounds, and then we turn the fill off until it goes back down under 5,000. But you start to draw fuel from the alternate tanks here on the 1 and 4 as well. And I've kind of figured out basically how to do that, at least so far. Managed to keep everything pretty balanced, and I can talk you guys through that at some point here, but I'm about to get busy, so I'm not going to get too in depth for that just now. I was just about to take another peek. We don't have an ATIS yet.
That was Solaris 1998
at O'Hare, but we do have active sky.
1998
so
is radar contact.
looks like they're going to be in West Ops today. Winds are 270 at 12. Still cloudy. 3011.
1998, roger.
And we have 12 with gusts of 20. Scattered 3,700. 3,700 overcast 5,000. So that really hasn't changed a whole heck of a lot. But it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge because of that gusty wind.
Delta 513, turn right.
If you happen to be joining us for the first time on this part of the journey, let me just give you an overview of what we've been doing here. It's
Masaba 3116, read back correct, clearance void if not off in 10 minutes, and report airborne.
So we departed San Francisco a little over 2 hours ago. We're about, I would say about closing in on
Norwegian 331.
Okay, so we're kind of in this area right here, heading into Chicago. And as you can see, there's a little bit of moisture here, but it's, for the most part, that's going to be east of us, so we don't have to worry too much about that. We're looking at, let's see here, the Bradford 7 arrival, and pull that up here real quick so we can brief that. Be starting our descent here soon. I would assume so. Anyway.
Flight level 310.
Bradford 7. I'm going to pull this up on my Navigraphs so we can see the overlay view here, which is kind of nice. So we're going to be coming in Kirksville, and we are cleared right now to descend via the arrival, so we do have to kind of take a look. Flight level 180, so I may need to start my descent here, but coming in 059er to Bradford, and then at Bradford we need to be down 11,000 at Newark, and then once we get to Newark, and that's when the vectoring begins essentially. Let's see if I have any. Come out of Newark at a 050 heading, and then yeah, expect radar vectors for the approach course. I am assuming again West Ops, and so we kind of, oops, I should, before I pull that off, let's just look at the airport info and think about, so potentially, 28 center, probably a good, it's probably the best, most likely candidate there, 28 center. And then I need to figure out where I'm actually parking. I'm going to be parking, let's see, my gate is it's a Charlie gate if I remember correctly. Yeah, Charlie 28.
Norwegian 331, runway 21.
Pull that up here.
Delta 513, 11 miles from Kuki. Fly heading 330, maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 31. Correction, cleared ILS runway 30, approach Appleton. Solaris 1998 approved as requested.
Charlie gate, I think, would be Terminal 3. No, it's not Terminal 3. I would figure 1, 2, 3 would be Alpha Bravo Charlie, wouldn't it? No, it's not at all. Terminal 1 is what I'm looking for, and Charlie 28. Just so you guys can know kind of where I'm heading. Charlie 28 looks like right down at the end of Concourse C here, which is Terminal, this is Terminal 1. And so again, just to have a rough idea. So we're in here. Charlie 28 is going to be right at the end of this guy over here. So if we land on runway 28 center, we should be able to catch an exit here and head on up to Terminal 1. Should work out fairly well, actually. So let's see here. I'm going to just double check with center to make sure that I'm cleared to descend via, or if you'd rather me wait. At Minneapolis Center, United 1102 Heavy, just confirm, am I cleared to descend via the Bradford 7, or do you want me to wait for descent clearance?
United 1102 Chicago Center will have lower. I believe that they will give you expected altitudes on the arrival. I don't think that one's a descent via.
All right, thanks for the confirmation on that 1102 Heavy. Yeah, I couldn't remember what I'd heard on that. Always best to double check. We have a feel for, I think, what we're doing anyway, so that's the main thing here. And we are a little bit
United 420
far
American
away.
1375
Let's see,
mutual
we're
traffic,
actually,
12 o'clock,
I think we're
5
maybe
miles
crossing,
westbound, type
crossing
757,
Pawnee
eastbound,
City
type
right now.
737.
And so I'm gonna tune in, just because kind of our transition here is Kirksville. Let me see if I can find Kirksville.
American 1375, roger.
Yeah, Kirksville. Where are we in Kirksville? Right there, 1460. And let's see, yeah, we have DMB there, about 157 miles. So
Norwegian 331, taxi and GBS straight ahead.
that matches up to what our INS is saying, so a little over 17 minutes. Finally have a little bit of a tailwind. Jeez, we fought a
runway 30, clear to land, wind 29, correction, wind
headwind for a
27011.
lot of this trip until we kind of got a little closer to basically over the
91 cross
the Sierra
level
Nevadas.
320.
And then we got a little bit more of a helper wind. Oh, hope I didn't just miss a call sign. I'll check in.
United 1102, Kansas City Center's closed, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, and for your planning purposes, call Chicago on 134.87 when you get about 85 miles west of Bradford.
85 miles west of Bradford will give Chicago a center. Until then, over to Unicom. Appreciate the ATC. See you later, 1102.
Good night.
Crud. Well, okay. So this happened with Denver Center also. And yeah, so I don't normally do this, but here's just a bit of a frustration. If you're going to advertise an event, yeah, am I really that late in the? I mean, I departed about probably an hour and a half after the event started, but man, so I didn't have any air traffic through Denver. I had it for about 10 minutes through Minneapolis, and now nothing through KC. Yeah, I mean, that's a bad deal. I mean, not the end of the world, don't get me wrong, but if it's an event like this, you think you'd be able to staff it. It just makes your airspace look bad, I guess. That's unfortunate, because I live in the Denver ARTC area, so I like to call that my home airspace. But man, makes this kind of deal tough when you don't have that air traffic control. All right, so Bradford, 114.7. Let's put that over here in nav too. 14.7. See if we can get, and we're gonna turn this guy on. 14.7. We'll wait till that pops up. So 85 miles away. We're gonna go to Chicago Center. The worst part about them going on flying is this. You have to listen to me drone on and on and on about nothing. Bit of a scenery abnormality there. I don't know if we are looking at the world's largest ball of twine or what, but it's weird. So the other thing that's going on today, by the way, this is obviously Vatcon, but World Flight started today, and I don't know if anyone is interested in that, but if you don't know about that, that's an event that over the course of the next several days, I'll try to pull it up real quick and show you, but you essentially do exactly what the title says. You fly from point to point, country to country, and you end up, I believe, in at least touching every continent in the world, with the exception of Antarctica. So let me pull that up here real quickly, show you what I'm talking about. We've got a little time. So we're doing, here's VAT USA's Transcon 2019, and then the World Flight event starts, so the 2nd through the 9th, so every day they fly a route, and they started down here in Sydney, and they're making their way across the Pacific Ocean, and so I think it's actually, it's not one leg per day. I think they try to start in Sydney and then end in Honolulu today or something like that. Maybe Portland tonight. And then they fly across the United States and down through South America, up through Africa, Europe, Middle East, Asia, and end up back in Sydney to start and finish line on the 9th of November. So it's kind of a cool thing if you are interested and want to participate in that. It's not like you have to sign up or anything, but the whole idea here is that the flight sim community is raising money for charity. And so if you check on any of the streams that are going on, like one of the guys I really enjoy following, 757 Spy, he's doing this first leg today, and he has a charity that he's trying to raise money for. So anyway, it's a really a cool, fun deal. You get to fly to a lot of places that you maybe never ever thought you would fly to or didn't have a reason to fly to. But at the same time, you end up supporting a good cause. This year, let's see, the charity. What is the charity here? Can't remember if they have a combined charity or if they have smaller separate charities. Yeah, so I think like there are groups that get together. So there's a group that is raising money. Yeah, so World Flight Team Australia. Here we go. They're raising money, it looks like, for, participants raise money from the charity for something different. They're raising World Flying Doctor Service. Team Clipper 811. They are, what are they raising money for? Doesn't really say. But you can click through these, and most of them will show you. Looks like they may be doing also this is a Mangrove 737 Australian team. So anyway, you can click through those and take a look what's at Team USA here. They're raising money for. $45 legs, 35,000 miles. They already have $5,670 donated. That's awesome. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of flipping through here. I don't want to spend a ton of times here. Now, you can look through that as you see fit, but it's flight simming with a little bit of a purpose. This is a fun, obviously, community, and part of, and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, what's really important is if you can get together and do something like this to raise money for somebody who needs it. Yep, okay, so that does match up. If you can raise money for somebody who needs it, then that's what an incredible gift that is, and what an amazing use of some software. So we're just about where we're needing to be. No, we're not. I'm sorry. We're 191 miles. We need to be about 85, he said. Go back to Kirksville, which was 1460, so just about there, 40 miles away. Alright, Kirksville. So there's Kirksville. Kirksville, we are officially on the Bradford 7. And there's Bradford. We may get a contact me. I mean, we're just skimming the south of where we are. It's just skimming the south of that airspace. By the way, Chicago, at one point in time, they were one of the arrival airports. They are not anymore, but this is as far as we're going to go. This was all the time I could really block out today. So just 8 arrivals. Shouldn't have any problems getting us in. The places that are going to start getting busy, though, are Orlando. Got 11 arrivals. Miami right now, 13. We have Dulles. I think I said Reagan early on. Dulles is 18 arrivals. Kennedy, 31. And then Boston, 25. So that's where it's going to be getting a little busier here in just a little bit. All right, so really quickly, another scan here. I don't think we're going to run into problems. Everything is looking pretty good at this point. And again, the idea is to exhaust the alternate fuel tanks and try to keep everything as even as you can. I guess I can give just a quick little what I've been messing with and reading and figuring out here. If nothing else, I can come back and look at this later on when I am flying this plane again in a week and I've forgotten. So there's a couple things that have to happen in order for you to fill a tank. Number one is you need to have a boost pump on. So like, let's say we're going to, the first thing we wanted to do is exhaust the number 2 alternate fuel tank. So the first thing we want to do is we want to turn the boost on, and then we want to open up the main tank and allow fuel to transfer from the alternate tank to the main tank. And you'll actually see the quantity ticking down there, and it may not tick up here per se because you're also burning fuel here to fly the plane, but you're going to at least not see this amount decrease as quickly as you possibly could. So that's the idea here for number 2 and number 3. And then again, when you get basically out of fuel in your alternate tank, you turn it off, you turn the boost off, you turn the fill off, the fill valve off, and then you just start burning fuel from the main tank. Now, 1 and 4 work basically the same way. Right now I have the boost on for number 1, and I am emptying out the fuel from the alternate tank. I have the fill valve turned on, so the fuel is going from here to here, and with any luck maybe we'll see this click up from 6930 to 6940. I better check, make sure I'm crashing here. I think I'm just going. Yeah, I'm going from waypoint 7 to waypoint 8 right now, which is. Oh, I'm on the approach. I'm heading. That's the DME to Kirksville. So I'm now officially on the approach, and I'm nervous. I need to be descending here. Gosh darn. I may just give Chicago Center a call, because I'm supposed to be at flight level 180 here according to the charts. So let's just flip over here, 3485. I don't know if we can call them this far out. Chicago Center, United 1102 Heavy. Yeah, they can't hear me. Oh, it's 8. It's not 85, it's 87. There we go. Chicago Center, good afternoon, United 1102 Heavy.
United 1102, Chicago Center.
Yes, sir. I'm not quite sure if I'm in your area just yet, but we just have passed Kirksville on the Bradford 7 arrival, and I was just going to see if I needed to begin descending.
United 1102, Chicago Squawk 3124.
3124.
Delta 2562, runway 28 right, line up away, caution wake turbulence, wind 270, 12 gust 20.
Okay. I'll try to get back to the fuel system here in just a second.
Now the United 1102 at contact 15 miles northeast of Kirksville, VY flight level 370, welcome.
1102, again, for clarification, am I cleared to descend via, or do I just need to wait for your altitude restrictions?
United 1102, I'll have lower for you shortly, but you can't physically descend via the Bradford 7 as there's no published altitudes or speeds for you to follow.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate the clarification. United 1102.
Delta 627, climb and maintain flight level 350.
I guess I'm misreading the chart. That's okay. All right, let's we'll head over here. So again, we were wanting to see the fuel down here in the alternate tank from 3920, going up here in the main tank from 6930. So there we go. The 3920 became 3910, and with any luck, this will become 6940 here in just a second. Maybe. Again, it's not going to increase. This isn't going to increase as quickly as this is decreasing, because this is where your fuel is being burned to run the #1 engine. But that's the way you fill that. And again, when this gets exhausted, we'll turn the boost off, we'll turn the fill valve off for both 1 and 4.
Heavy clear pumpkin.
And every once in a while, that AVF does that kind of a weird thing there. But then the whole idea here is, in all 4 of the main tanks, you will have roughly the same amount of fuel. So, like right now, 2 and 3, we got about 10.6, 10.7. That's pretty darn close. And right now in 1 and 4, we've got 6930 and 6930 with about 3800 in the alternates, so that's looking good. Feel good about that. All right, 37 miles away now from Kirksville, heading to Bradford. We're going to go ahead and put 1470 in. At Bradford, by the way, we resume radio navigation. Bradford is our final VOR that's in the INS from 7 to 8, and then 8 to 9. Basically, the ninth waypoint in the INS is always the arrival airport.
Delta 2562,
So we will fly, as soon as we get past Bradford here, we'll jump in altitude, or excuse me, heading mode, and then we'll start to think about planning for the approach.
United 2528, kind of Minneapolis Center 133.4.
Alright, 33.4 for United 2528.
Moved from the Diet Dr. Pepper to Blue Dolphins on the Rocks.
Delta 192, this is my first flight on
AKA Icewater.
Need to understand what you need from me at this time.
I do. I just have a lot of planes on my airspace right now and don't exactly have all the time in the world right now, but I will get around to you momentarily.
I'll be waiting. Delta 1982.
Giant 7891, cross fire intersection at 9,000. The O'Hare altimeter is 3011.
So I'm just curious again. So I've had two controllers now tell me that the Bradford 7
Delta 2562, clear.
is not a descend via,
Clear direct to Rainer.
but this guy was the one that actually told me why. So there's actually no altitude restrictions published on the approach. And so as I'm looking at this, I see what he's talking about. This does say flight level 180, but that's not a restriction at one of these waypoints. Bradford, same thing. Banky. This is the first one that has Newark. It's the first one that actually has an altitude restriction. 11,000. So very interesting. Crap, did I just miss a call?
United 1102, cross Newark intersection at 11,000. The O'Hare altimeter is 3011.
Across Newark at 11,000, United 1102. Yeah, I did, dang it. I'm trying to explain and miss my call. Alright, so 11,000. We're going to go ahead and just start that descent.
Delta 2562.
I'm not going to wait around because I'd rather be just a hair early and have to level out than
Delta 2562.
Delta 2412,
be a little bit too high.
That's direct to Kaminsky.
This plane really glides.
United 1399, kind of Cleveland Center 134.9.
Alright, let's spin the vertical speed wheel forward. Let's pull back on the throttle. We want to kind of manage our speed. We don't have an autopilot, obviously. We don't have VNAV. We're sending at about 1,500-ish. I'm going to have to do some quick math. So we're 84 miles. This is where we were supposed to check in. And,
you're still on Chicago Center.
so 84 miles, we need to lose 26,000 feet. My phone is resetting, so I can't use the calculator there. 80 miles.
JetBlue 434, Chicago Center.
What did I say, 20?
JetBlue 434. JetBlue 434, connect Cleveland 134.9er. 34.9, JetBlue 434.
Evening, Chicago Center, Virgin 5 Heavy with you, flight level 350.
Version 5, Chicago Center, roger.
Oops. Higher number than I'm expecting here. We're going to bump it down and go about 2,000 feet per minute.
7891 heavy.
The calculations right now are telling me I need like 3,000 feet per minute descent. That's must be doing something
7891, roger. You can expect a boost.
incorrect. Oh, I know why. Because it's not Bradley that I'm needing to be at 11,000. It's actually Meeker or Newark. So I said Bradley, Bradford. So it's not 80 miles or 70 miles now. It's actually 70 miles plus another 52. So 122 miles. So, alright, that makes much more sense. So I need to lose 26,000 in 120 miles. It's just a little over 2,000 feet per minute. So, alright, that's better. And my speed is really up there. 300. I don't want to overspeed. I want to make sure that I stay in control here. I've come too far to mess this up. I'm going to bump this just a skosh past 2,000 just to make sure I get down there where I need to be. Not really trusting my calculations here because it is truly an estimate. It's actually was well past where I was supposed to be when I started the descent, I think. So, but that's okay. We'll get it figured out. All right, let's jump over here real quick. Descent. Top of descent. We have the descent planning is checked.
We're at 330 for 35.
Ice protection, windshield heat. So windshield heat at warm. I'm gonna go ahead and turn some lights on here. It's just starting to get a little bit dark. And then we could do
Mac is at 0.770.
got my pitot heat stall
stall
warning all turned up.
Yeah, we can see if we can go a little faster. I'll just pull the V out.
I don't really see any moisture ahead of us, so I'm gonna leave the anti-ice off right now.
Say Mach number in the climb.
Mach is 0.78.
We are negative 20 though, aren't we?
So 627, Roger. Maintain Mach 0.77 or less.
All right, we'll turn anti-ice on the
Slow it down to 0.77.
inboard, outboard, and the scoops. So go ahead, just turn it all on.
My jet 0248, connect Minneapolis Center, 133.4. Going to Minneapolis
3011, by the way, is the current pressure reading in O'Hare. Alright, where was I? Should do this. I'm supposed to actually turn all these off as we go down. Should have enough fuel here. Fuel valves closed, booster off. We're just going to go with what we have. We can use this fuel if we need to, if we have to hold or divert to an alternate.
Chicago Center, good evening. Lufthansa 431 Heavy, request IFR to
Let's
Frankfurt.
calculate our ref speed while we're
431 Heavy, Chicago
on
Center, Roger.
the descent. It'll be a flaps 30.
1051,
Excuse me, 35, and I'm estimating our gross weight to be right about 220.
2763, connect Cleveland Center,
So
133.45.
145. 45 is that. Let's get rid of that guy. That guy. That guy. 45 is right there.
United 2763, contact Cleveland, 134.9er. 134.9, thank you. Delta 627,
Okay.
contact Cleveland,
That looks good.
134.9er. They will speed you up.
And
Alright, over Cleveland, and thank you, Delta 627.
we will have, by the way, we'll have the information
7,
for
Cleveland, 134.9.
ILS 28 Center on hand.
78,
I'm
91,
not 100% sure that's what we're getting, but that would be a runway that makes sense. Alright, closing in on Bradford. Again, after Bradford, I've got to go into heading mode.
431 Heavy, cleared to Frankfurt Airport. O'Hare 5 departure, radar vectors Northbrook, then has filed climb via the SID, southbound to T 5000. Departure frequencies 134.87, squawk 3211.
can't decide if I like how
Initial departure,
when the
altitude 5,000,
controllers talk, how
departure
it
frequency
sort of
134.7,
doesn't mute but kind of lowers the volume of your sim. I don't know if I like that or not. I mean, it's kind of nice in the sense that you can hear the controller better, but it's just a little weird. I'm still trying to get used to it. All right, I'm going to jump over to heading mode right now. We're on where we need to go.
134.87,
And Bradford 14.7 is tuned in, so we're on it. We're going to get some vectors here in just a little bit. So we've got, we're going to depart Bradford 062. Getting down to 20,000.
Chicago Center, Delta 33.
We're pretty close. Man, our speed is just still
0 miles west of
something else. I'm going all the way back, basically to idle power right now. Just want to try to get my speed back down to at least 250. Don't want to go a whole lot slower than that. Right there, that mark is my flap speed. Definitely want to stay above that. Well, you can see it's just not budging hardly. That's just the result of descending at over 2,000 feet per minute. It's just a big, heavy jet. It takes a while to slow down. Alright, there's 180. We've already set our altimeter though, 3011. It's actually now 3012 as I check the sky vector. Excuse me, active sky. And 13 miles to Bradford.
1591, 360, 50 miles east of the Kirksville, New York. 1591, Chicago Center, radar contact, squawk 3207. 3207, 1591. Delta T7 X-ray, radar contact, 21 miles east of Kirksville, flight level 380.
Delta 27 X-ray.
Chicago 1591, squawk code 3606.
We're actually going to be in pretty good shape here. We have another 45 miles to drop only 4,000 feet, so I think my calculations, as they sometimes tend to be,
I'm not sure which one I gave you.
a little bit off, which will be good because then we need to bring that vertical speed back a little bit so our airspeed can slow down slightly. So we'll go about 1,500. We probably could even go less than that, honestly. Again, I'd rather though get down to 11,000, level out, get speed under control. I have a hard time doing both, descending and managing my speed with any degree of accuracy.
209, Chicago Center, roger.
So it won't be bad to just get down to 11,000. Man, I tell you what, I'm watching the Notre Dame Virginia Tech game also while I'm doing this. This has turned into a pretty good game. Notre Dame down 6, under a minute to go in the fourth quarter, and they have it on the 7-yard line. Chance to win.
Chicago Center, United 1995, Honolulu World, Alpha, right, taxi, take right. United 1995, runway 28, right at November 5, taxi via Alpha Niner, Bravo, Alpha 15, November. Alpha Niner, Bravo, Alpha 15,
down to 11,000 plenty early.
November, yeah, sorry, November.
Again, we had 52 miles past Bradford to get there, so I don't know what my calculations were definitely off, but again, better to be down there. There's 1,000 to go. Better to be down there and be there a little early than to be having to struggle to get the plane down. And yeah, if you can be a little bit early with this plane, that's not a bad thing. Try to keep that speed somewhere in that 250, 240 range.
Chicago, good evening, Lima 408, available 300.
I'm sliding a little bit off. Well, I was supposed to go 062, wasn't I? Bit off. I want to intercept that. And oops, there's, dang it. Past 11,000, just a skosh. Rats.
Chicago, Challenge 7891.
Spin that up and try to climb slightly. Alright, we're going to add some power as we level off as expected. Speed comes down. Not to get crazy here, but it does take a minute to kind of recapture that thrust. By the way, Notre Dame scored a touchdown and now an extra point. 29 seconds to go for the win, baby. Good if you like Notre Dame, not so good if you like Virginia Tech. It's good, by the way. So you get flight simming and play-by-play on the Melvin Leroy channel. Almost back to 11. Center controller is thinking to himself, dude, you're like still 40 miles away. What are you doing? I don't care. Boy, it was a good hold on that extra point. The football kind of dribbled back there, and the holder plucked it.
Chicago, hello.
Got her set down for the, probably for the winning kick.
Chicago radio failure, stand by.
Drifting slightly to the right of where we're supposed to be going, but I don't think, again, that far right. Closing in on Newark. We're at 11,000. We've got our altimeter in there. Just so I don't get busy, I am going to go ahead and just turn the landing lights on. I'm going to do my starter to armed. I'm going to go ahead and just do my approach checklist here. No flaps yet. Landing lights, ignition on, ILS. We'll talk about that here just a little bit. Again, we've got the information pulled up for 2-8 center, but it won't be hard for us just to grab whatever we need to grab. First things first, we need our vector. Well, Virginia Tech will have a shot at it here. They start at the 10-yard line. They have 22 seconds. I don't think they have any timeouts left. What a game. Two pretty good teams. Not like title contenders, but they both have been beaten a couple times, but overall solid teams. They're going to be a the team you don't want to see in a bowl game. Alright, we're closing in here on where we're supposed to be. This is still telling us that we are, oh gosh dang it. Do that. I was on INS still, I want to be on radio. I want to track the VOR, so we actually had drifted to the left of our course, so let's make that correction. Let's get ourselves back on. We still have plenty of time. We're roughly, and it wasn't 52 miles, it was 45 miles, so we're still, you know, we're like 10 miles from Newark. We'll be able to get ourselves back pretty close. And then after Newark, the approach says we come out of there at a 050 heading, and that's when we should get our radar vectors probably to 28 center. Well, 2 seconds to go, Virginia Tech fans. It's going to be a tough one. It's too bad they only needed a field goal. They tried to run like a little bit of a trick play on the kick return, and it was sniffed out. Oh, wait. Notre Dame actually has the ball. I must have missed a turnover or something. They fought hard. They played well. They had their chances. Yep, Notre Dame with the kneel down. Game. What else can I watch here? Not wise to change channels on the approach, I know, but this is kind of what I do on Saturday. If I'm not working a game, which a lot of times I am, I'll be watching. I've got a few good choices here. Miami, Florida State, I've been watching that. Georgia, Florida. Utah, Washington. Looks like Miami, Florida State is the one that's latest right now. Alright, speed looks good. Our heading looks good. We are at 11,000. We have our lights on. No warnings of any kind over here. Let's turn on our lights just in case. It is getting a little bit on the darkish side of the moon. Not much to look at here, guys. Apologize. I don't know that I've flown into my Dostoevsky Design Chicago X airport yet at night. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what the night lighting looks like. Alright, so 49 miles. Actually, we're past it, so we need to be 050 heading right now. Let's actually try to do that before we're told. Let's see if we can actually do one thing correct on this approach. And do we, let's see, we are tracking something? What are we tracking here? Tracking the Bradford 5. Alright, well, we tracked the Bradford VOR on the 062 outbound to Newark, then we turn 050. Doesn't really say we track anything, we just kind of continue to head towards the airfield and get our radar vectors after that. Alright, Downwind Sim, welcome back. Sorry I was busy trying not to make a mess of things. I am back. We're closing in, by the way. I don't know how long ago you checked in. I apologize. I've been just not quite paying attention like I should to the chat, but closing in actually on the airport right now. We're within, oh geez, we've got to be within, just about to get vectored to final, basically. Just past Newark, and we're heading 050 directly towards O'Hare. Been a good day. Yeah, been a good day. Got a lot of honeydews done early on. Had the little guy helping me out. We did some recycling, and he helped me with the plastics, and then we had a good breakfast before that. Everybody's feeling better, which is the main thing that makes it awesome. And so, yeah, it's been good. Slept good last night. Isn't it funny? Nothing makes you sound like an old man more than when you talk about how well you sleep. I would say probably, 15 minutes ish. I don't really know. We're, like I say, we're right there. We're close to the old airport. Here's us on the fantastic map. There's us. There's O'Hare. I'm expecting us to get that downwind to one of the 2.8s. Oh, I don't have to worry about that. So I might as well. I'm just going to kind of get ahead of the game here just slightly, and I'm going to say 108.905. Oh my gosh, I think I've lost Chicago Center. Holy cow. Alright, I'm going to make an executive decision here then, and we're going to make our turn eastbound here. And then the approach course is 273. Whoa, what a bad time to lose. What a bad time to lose your... So there we go. I hope I didn't wait too long. I also need to get over to Unicom. It's not been the best day for air traffic controller, at least the ones I've run up against today. Chicago Center, United 1102. We're on the downwind runway 28 Center, Chicago. We're on the left downwind, I should have said that. Alright, well I got to get down to 9,000 at some point here. Can I put in, just so I have an idea of where I'm at, I'm going to put in the O'Hare VOR 108.25. Put that in nav 2. So this all of a sudden just got a little more interesting, my friend. All right, let's start down. Go to the Prairie State. No, that's the city of the big shoulders. No, the city with the big shoulders. Hog butcher to the world. I am above the glide slope and 16 miles from the runway, so there's that. And I guess my estimation of 2.8 Center is going to be a good one because I'm going to be the one that's taking me there. Clouds all of a sudden got really dark. Chi-Town, yep, Windy City, home of the Cubs, whom I watched a lot growing up. I still like the Cubbies, I do. Not the lovable losers anymore though, man, they're good. 1,000 to go. Speed is up a little bit, but we should be able to manage that. Man, it's just like I flew into a thick black soupy mess here, which it is cloudy and a little bit foggy here. That was the report from Active Sky, which really hasn't changed a whole lot since we took off. We've got a few at 3,700. It's overcast to 5,000, and 3012 is still the altimeter, which we have set. We're going to fly eastbound here for a little while, and then turn and pick up our vectors to final. Maybe whatever happened with Chicago will get fixed, and they'll be able to come back on and help us to the ground. That'd be awesome. But yeah, here's what happened with my ATC today. So as soon as I got about to the edge of the Oakland airspace, they informed me that Denver Center had went offline. So I went through Denver Center with no ATC, which not a big deal. I was up at flight level, you know, my cruising altitude, and it was just a matter of going straight, not messing up. But then I picked up a little bit of Minneapolis control for probably about 10 minutes. I was just kind of in their southwest corner, and then I had to jump down into Kansas City Center, and they went offline right before I came on. So, and now this with Chicago. Yeah, man, it's, I guess maybe it was just a hair too late. I didn't start right at the allotted time, which was 11 Eastern. I got going more like about 12:30 Eastern time, and so, you know, I'm thinking maybe these guys just were expecting that was their time to log out. You know, if I was over here heading here, I'd be in good shape. But so yeah, a little bit of a bummer, a little frustrating. But all part of the deal. Hey, Ken Pryor. Howdy yourself. We're on the left downwind for runway 28 center. And I am vectoring myself home. That's a scary thought. However, I am very thankful for the voice unicom, because it's one thing to be doing this. Yeah, look at this, is some kind of weather, man. It's one thing to be doing this, you know, as is, but it's a whole other deal if I was going to have to be typing in commands of, you know, turning here, doing this altitude, etc., etc. Expecting this stuff to last until about 3,700 though, so it's not like I'm going to be right down to minimums, but we will be we'll be a little soupy until then. Yep, hang a left over Lake Michigan. Yep, I've got a little bit of a nav aid that I'm using. And I'm still not 100% confident, so I am using my Navigraph moving maps today, and so I'm just going to take it out here just a little bit, and then I'm going to start my base turn. And I'd really like to try to get myself out here. I don't know that I necessarily have to jump in here at Lindu or whatever, however you say that, but I'm going to try to get out there semi-close anyway. I don't want to be in a big hurry on this approach. Yeah, it's nice, and I mean, it's not so truly, yeah, I am slant whiskey in terms of the equipment, but one thing, I mean, I guess I justify it to myself, But everybody that would be flying something like this would have their little iPad strapped to their knee with ForeFlight, and they know exactly where they're at. And so, you know, I'm not too worried about if I should happen across any purists that say, "Oh, that's so horrible, terrible. How can you do that?" All right, we're past the outskirts of our localizer. We're not picking up Chicago either. Why are we not picking up Chicago? Chicago, 10825. Yeah, I got that in there. I should have at least a DME. Interesting. Oh well. Not to worry. Chicago traffic, United 1102, turning left base, runway 28 center, Chicago. All right, here we go. Yeah, you know, Ken, when I get 1,000 hours in this plane and I feel comfortable running all three pilots' jobs, maybe I will put away moving maps. But the other thing I use, really, the Navigraph maps for more than anything else is I like the safe taxi. I mean, I like knowing where I'm at on the ramp. That's like one of the trickiest parts is just knowing where you're going. And I mean, you can look at the map and Sky Vector and have an idea, but it's very reassuring, especially some of the airports I fly out of. You know, Boston and Kennedy, and it's like, holy cow, I need that. But anyway, yeah, you know, and I mean, it's you use what you have available, and part of the fun is the challenge of, you know, not having GPS and having to use the SIVA and the radio navigation and all that good stuff. But for me, part of the fun is also getting there and completing the flight. So, oh yeah, little nav map. I've heard that. That's I hear a great tool. I've only recently heard about that though, and so I think it does something similar to what the Navigraph charts do. But yeah, that's another good point, Ken. You sometimes get to airports that those default airports that don't necessarily have taxiway signs, or the taxiway signs are outdated. And so, you know, if you it's not a big deal if you're just flying by yourself, but if there's a controller there and they're expecting you to go a certain way and be on a certain taxiway and all that good stuff, it's kind of nice again to have that confirmation. All right, well, 9,000 is that initial approach fix at Lindu. It's got to be some Chicago-y type of term, doesn't it? I'm going to spin this down to 1,200. No, I'm not going to spin it down to 1,200. I'm going to spin it down to go-around height, 1,100. Just about to make my turn here. In fact, I think I'm going to start making my turn right now. Maybe overshooting this just a little bit. Chicago traffic, United 1102, turning final runway 28 center, Chicago. All right, thank you for that. I'm hoping you'll check in. I mean, again, you should be able to hear anyone who is, I mean, theoretically within, was it 15 miles? And I've heard one guy kind of generally checking in, but I haven't heard anything for a little while, so hopefully he's hearing me as well. Yeah, it's definitely the clouds have moved in, and it's my temperature here. Am I above? I'm right at freezing, so I think I still have all my anti-ice stuff. Yep, I'll have all that turned on. Let's get some more lights going here. Alright, there we go. We have a localizer, so we can arm the approach. Spin that all the way around. And, alright, looks like we're turning. Grabbing that approach. Westwind 209 in the MD-82, huh? Well, is he ahead of me or behind me, guys? Oh my gosh, he's like cutting me off here, isn't he? Ron Henderson, that's the Miami Center guy, man. Ron, don't do that to me, brother. Surely he would be talking to me. 2280. Chicago traffic, United 1102, extended final runway 28 Center, Chicago. Maybe we'll have a little parallel approach. Yeah, I like Ron. He's one of my controllers I have on my friends list. He does a nice job down there in the old Miami ARTCC. Alright, I need to begin the descent. A little bit late on that, darn it. Meemaw, I should be at 6,000 right now, and I'm at 8,500. Dang it. Just when I thought I was going to pull it off, I got sidetracked by traffic. See if we can catch up here. We're descending, try to descend about 1,500. Well, maybe a chance to go-around procedure. That'd be all right. It's a little below and behind. Yeah, I can't tell because Vattastic is the same way. It updates every whatever 30 seconds, so you just don't know. The bigger problem though here is that I am late in my descent. Dropped a notch of flaps here. It's not liking it because I'm a little bit quick. My zero flap speed was about 220 and I'm at about 240 right now, but I need help getting myself down to where I'm supposed to be. Hazel, geez, I'm supposed to be at 4,000 and I am at 7. Speed's coming down. That'll help though. Once I get speed down, I should start to get caught back up to that. Well, I'm about to still 12 miles out. Chop and drop, that's right. I wonder if I can do a slip in a DC-8. Want to see me try? No, just kidding. I'm way above the glide slope, as you can see. Alright, I'm going to go a second notch of flaps. Horn's going to keep beeping at me. Hey, there we go. Oh man, jeez, I'm way high, aren't I? Holy cow. I'm way high. Climb to 11,000, then left-hand turn to 4,000 on a heading of 215. I am Sika. I should be. Yeah, I'm 3,000 feet too high. This is not good. we'll just pull the flaps down to 35 and we'll just see. It may sink down where we need to. If not, I don't mind working the go around. It's not a huge deal. We are still well above the glide slope. And I'm basically just down to idle power here. I got it. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. It's 4 whites, which is not good, and it's 1,500 feet per minute descent, which is not good. There's my ref speed, so that'll be the final determining factor. We'll hold her there at I think it was 145 or 143. We'll hold her there, and we'll see if we get ourselves where we're supposed to be, and if not, then we'll work the go around. Looks pretty nice though, really, and night lighting looks pretty cool. Now it doesn't. I think we do have half a chance here. So the MD-82 is lining up for 2-8 right. I think we have parallel approaches here. Is that him? Oh, he's well behind me here. I think we're going to be fine. Small things, you know, they come up. Here we go. We're off the autopilot. Now there's nobody to blame but me. $1,000 to go. Hey, we actually have a red. I'm gonna start to bring up the nose just a little bit. Let's get our descent rate. See if we can get her down at least close to 700-800 feet per minute instead of over 1,000. All right, there we go. We got 2 white, 2 red. Nice job, Mr. DC-8. Greasy 8. Okay, so getting a little slow though. Now that I'm leveling off slightly. Oh, now I'm a little low. Yeah, that tends to happen with me. Can't be happy staying on a glide slope. Oh, and I've lost all the runway lights. Downwind Sim, did you just unplug the runway lights for a second just to mess with me? Wasn't that on airplane? Or yeah, airplane, where the guy did that up in the tower. That was mean, man. Yeah, now I'm too high again. Thankfully, this runway is about 16 miles long, so we can take her out a ways if we need to. Never know where the wheels are on this thing. Oh boy, we drifted just at the last minute there. We must have had more of a crosswind than I thought. Yeah. Reversers are engaged. Man, it takes forever. Not going to make that high speed. Manual braking. Looks like we can get this next high speed though. Alright, reversers are stowed. And welcome to Chicago O'Hare, everyone. Let me see where I'm going here. We are currently on, let's see, Papa, I think is what that is. Let's get across the hold short line and get a feel. We need to go to Terminal 1. So here's where, yeah, here's where Navigraph charts, here's where they earn their money in my book. So here's where we are. We need to go to this north part of Terminal, or actually, I guess Terminal Charlie. So I am seeing kind of, looks like maybe right on Papa back here to Tango, and then across runway 28 right on Tango. Tango up here to probably Alpha 7 and in zigzag, or maybe I can go Tango 6 and just kind of come straight in there. Alright, that'll work. That'll work. Let's let everybody know what's going on here. Chicago traffic, United 1102. We're clear of 28 Center, Chicago. Wonder if the other guy got himself down yet or not. Okay, let's clean the flaps up. We don't need the taxi lights anymore, or the takeoff landing lights anymore. But we will put the taxi lights on. We're gonna need to pop up here real quick. I can turn this guy off. Thought he was going to go 28 right, but he's going 28 left instead. Oh, okay. Alright, well that makes it even easier, because then he'll be way the heck... No, 27 left. Yeah, he'll be clear on the other side of the airport. I think I see him right there. I think I see his taxi lights. And he's not checking in, Mr. Ron Henderson, air traffic controller. You, of all people, should be loving this. Maybe not. Maybe not all the ATC love this new AVF and voice unicom and all that stuff. I don't know. Alright, let's see. Here we go. Taxi. We have flaps up. We have the taxi lights on. The anti-skid can come back off. That way we can Tokyo drift a little bit on our approach. All the fuel boost pumps are currently off, so we are in good shape there. We're looking for Tango. This should be Papa 4. Yes, Papa 4. So our next left-hand turn will be where we want to go, and then we're going to have to announce that we want to cross the runway and all that good stuff. I don't see anybody on final for 28 right. Chicago traffic, United 1102. We're going to be crossing runway 28 right on Tango, Chicago. All right, Ken, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the extra eyes with that traffic, man. It helped me out a bunch. And enjoy the rest of your weekend, buddy. Hey, keep that date, November 18th. Keep that date on your calendar. Let's go backcountry.
Lufthansa 431 Heavy lining up 28 right for immediate takeoff.
Chicago traffic, United 1102, holding short 28 right for departing traffic. Yeah, man, it's gonna be good.
Much appreciated.
All right, so there you go. There's exactly how it's supposed to work, boys and girls. I make the call. Yeah, he's tough to see. He's down there. I think we probably could have got across in time, but downwind sim binoculars. Yeah, we could have made it. Oh well, that's all right. Yeah, well, let me take 2 seconds here to get caught up on the chat messages here. So yeah, we're talking about, Downwind was talking about the MD-82. We were talking about, we're giving Ken Pryor a hard time. I got all kinds of suggestions for how to descend. Anchors, yeah, is that Control A? 4 whites, go for it. If you're, what's the 4 whites? You're out of sight. I don't remember. 4 white, too high. I don't know. I can't remember. That's why I went ahead and just landed. And Ken said, looks like the MD-AT is going 2.8 right then. Can't be much worse than the real life landing that he experienced. Oh man, oh, that's not good. My son actually just flew to Washington. I'm assuming DC-8 today as just an adventure with some of his college buddies. But I'm pretty proud of him. It's kind of the first time he's done it by himself. You know, so he drove to Denver by himself and got to the airport, got on the plane. I'm assuming he's found his way to his buddy, and they're having the time of their life. I don't know, but pretty cool. He texted me along the way, and pretty dang cool when they grow up like that, isn't it? There he goes. 747 Lufthansa. Yeah, man. Come on. Get going, buddy. Get going. There you go. Rotate. And, oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. That guy is heavy. He must be going a ways. O'Hare traffic, United 1102, crossing 28 right on Tango, O'Hare. And I guess I should have, when I was making those calls, I should have been saying O'Hare, not Chicago, since there's O'Hare and Midway right there. All right, then Ken told me that the traffic was going over the 28 right instead of 27 left, and then he's out. He's 88 and out the gate, but he's on board for the 18th, the Idaho backcountry. I know Downwind's on board. And then we've got to get some ortho stuff figured out for me there in Idaho, so I can we can have similar scenery, and you know, when it's VFR like that, trying to if you haven't been a part of one of these backcountry flights that Downwind Sim and I do, there's a lot of this kind of stuff. Take a right at that third canyon past the lake, and yeah, then you try to figure out where the heck you're going. All right, so we're gonna stay here. This is Tango still. We're gonna stay on Tango. Whoops, like I said, we're gonna stay on Tango, and I think we'll just take it up here to, oh, it looks like maybe Tango 6 would be a good spot to exit. Oh, and I should have done this. Let's get our gate set up that we're heading to. Charlie gate. Too small. Charlie. What am I looking for? Charlie 28. Oh, it says too small. Alright, well, what's the Charlie 21 will have to do? No, we don't need to follow me. And we are United. Alright, so we're looking for Tango 6. We're going to hang a right on Tango 6, but I'm going to have to rethink my directions here, because instead of Charlie 28, I'm Charlie 21. So that's kind of around on the other side. Okay, no big deal. Alright, coming up on the next right-hand turn, I think, is what I need to be looking at. So, Downwind, let me ask you just a quick question, because I hate to put a million things on your plate, but I noticed that Mr. X had a little ortho, how to set up ortho tutorial. Is that potentially somebody that, you know, maybe I ought to check out just to, you know, get the basics, and it looks like he's done quite a bit of stuff. Would that be wise to do, or I can get you one here as soon as I get into the gate, but my main thing is I just don't want to make like a ton of extra work for you. Alright, this is, by the way, my terminal, but I've got to go around to the other side. Just double check here. 2-1. Yeah, it's about middle of the way up on the other side there. So let's I don't really see any other traffic right here, so I'm not going to worry about getting too crazy with the calls. We'll turn in here. I know what I do need, though. I need some outro music. Alright. Find my center line. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Nothing makes a boring taxi exciting like good outro music. Alright, swinging around the south edge of this terminal right here, and then we're going to be looking for all of our ground handling equipment. We'll turn the weather radar off. Yep, the frames, as I worried, are quite choppy. Let's see here. Do I have any coming up here? It's got to be just a little bit past here. Just a little past halfway is the gate. Gate 21, Charlie 21. What's going to space from Boise? Oh, Sky Vector must have an airspace mapped out. I don't know. Those folks from Idaho, man, they're different. They do all kinds of weird, wacky stuff. Where am I at here? Charlie 21. 19. I gotta be this next one, right? Or maybe this is 20. Not seeing my marshaller. 2-1. That's it. That's our boy. Just don't have a marshaller. Well, that's okay. I do see the ground handling equipment. GSX, and the jury's still out for me. The main reason I bought it was for the pushback tool, and I can't even make that work, so alright, sorry about that, everybody on the ground. I think I still have a light on of some sort. Minding the dudes. Gosh darn it. Okay. We are in position just about. Jetway is ready for us. 6-5. Oh, there's our guy. He's up. He's up in the. He's up in the terminal saying, stop, stop. Okay, that was outro music is too loud. Alright, thank you. Thanks for letting me know that. I wondered, because with the new AVF, if that was something I needed to adjust. Alright, we'll turn that down slightly. Hopefully that's a little better. Yeah, okay, so where was I? Yeah, I was going to tell you about what's coming up on the stream, I think. So, the big news, of course, as you heard, is on the 18th. November 18th, that's the backcountry bush extravaganza. I don't even know what we're calling it, but that'll be a lot of fun. But in the meantime, we do have some things before that. Coming up on Monday, I'm going to be joining my friend Rob from Slant Alpha Adventures as he does one of his legs on the Great Beach, what is it? The Great 58 Lower 48 State Tour. Anyway, he's going to be ending up in Pierce, South Dakota, so I got to fly along because I was born in South Dakota, and then he's sitting really close to my neck of the woods, so I'm going to follow along. I'll be in the Duke. He's in the Beach Baron, so it's a pretty fun flight. He'll be doing a couple legs there, so that's Monday where I'll be. Wednesday, I am going to jump back into X-Plane, and I'm going to be doing some more backcountry stuff in the Prop Strike 172, and I'm hoping that I'll have a little bit of maybe some ortho scenery to mess around with by next Wednesday. But there'll be a dirt strip in my future on Wednesday, and then on the 9th, next Saturday, a week from now, I'm going to do Historic Routes number 2 for the Eastern Airlines 1011. I'm going to be flying from Kennedy down to Miami for that, so that'll be a lot of fun. But anyway, that's kind of what we've got going on. Downwind, hang tight. I will visit with you on the Discord on the backside there, and everybody else, have yourself a good night. Take care.